KSIZ, where the MS comes alive.
You're listening to Cruise Lane on KSIZ 99.9 Minneapolis St Paul. It's time to turn the radio
on. KSIZ Sizzlin 99.9.
That's right, 9:15 right here on KSIZ Sizzlin 99.9. You're in the Cruise Lane with Paulie Spit on Car Shows Thursday. Shout-outs, that's right, to Gerbil and also Josh Olivero. Today is Tornado Awareness Day. Yep, the sirens will be going off at 1:45 and 6:45. That PSA was brought to you by Brian Warhol, a.k.a. Speedy from Speedy and Spit. That's right. For the latest in local car shows and cruises, go to Randy Duncan's Facebook page, Hot Rods and Classics. And as promised, I've got Derry Peterson from Legendary Auto Body and an organizer of the June 5th Fiedler Car Show. Good morning, friend.
Good morning.
And, tell us a little bit about Legendary Auto Body.
It's a new adventure for me. I've been painting cars for a few years now, quite a few years. And just kind of always had a dream to have my own shop, and kind of had the opportunity to do it, and didn't want to look back and have regrets in not doing it. So I bit the bullet and jumped in, and it's been fun so far. So.
And, I think the greatest thing about it, there's a lot of hot rods, man. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that you work on a lot of different types of cars. What is your specialty, though?
My main thing is paint and bodywork. That's kind of what I love doing. So, but I also don't mind playing around with suspensions and motors and stuff like that. But definitely paint and bodywork.
That's wonderful. And, apparently you've been in Grantsburg for a short time. Is this a new business for you, or is this kind of like were you living in Grantsburg all this time?
Sort of. We've had a family cabin up in the area for probably like 40 years, I think. And I had the opportunity to have another auto body job in another town about 8 years ago. I started doing that. And then just kind of fell in love with the area and kind of stuck with it.
The great thing about it is that, I love guys and gals that basically want to jump into something fresh, something new, something exciting, something that has, been on their mind for years and years. And you just said it. I bit the bullet and I went for it. You know what? No regrets. Go forward, build a business. And then, the greatest thing about it is you bought some property out there that was already an existing kind of wasn't it a car dealership or something?
It was a Ford dealership. Yep.
Okay. I mean,
yeah.
It's got to be a huge area. I mean, just to renovate this thing, I would think that, it took some time and some planning. Tell us a little bit about, getting into this, all of that.
It's been crazy, but we bought the building in the beginning of July of last year, and just had been doing a ton of renovations on it. We went through and did the shop area is pretty much done and ready to go now. We still have the showroom area to work on, but kind of my own problem is I like to do stuff on my own. So I've been pretty much doing all of the stuff on my own, and it's taken a lot longer than I thought, but we're working with it. So.
That's good. However, I'm looking at your Facebook page. It says Legendary 2020. I'm looking at this paint booth. I mean, it's like, okay, you know what? This guy is serious about this.
Yeah, I've always painted in good paint booths, and that's kind of one of my main things is I wanted to continue my the tradition, and I've got I had a lot of pride in my paint work, and I try and do like the best job possible. And I figured with a good paint booth, that's one thing easier to do. So, and that was a giant jig puzzle putting that thing together. So,
and it's a big step for you. But then again, man, it's just not you. I mean, you have family supporting you, and there's a lot of things that are coming up. I'm thinking that there's a lot of business going to be coming your way as well. As I'm looking at your Facebook page, I see that you have a racing suit on. What is this all about?
I have a racing background. I did a bunch of stuff down at Elko Speedway and Raceway Park, and a few years ago I got into off-road truck racing, and so I've I built a couple trucks doing that, and got to race down in Chicago and Texas, and it was fun. Spent a lot of money, but now it's time to settle down and.
But it was something that you desire. I mean, you had this passion, and you said, I want to try it. I want to do it, and you did it. And it's just like this new business that you have, right? I mean, so what? Let's try it, man. You don't want to get older and say, I wish I had done it. It's too late. I know a lot of people out there, and they wish they have tried something, but they didn't. And it's okay to be an assembly worker, for 40 years. It's okay, but there's these people, most people are creative. They want to do something with their hand. They want to do something with their mind, something that has a fire to them. So
for sure.
You also have a fire for putting on and organizing a car show. Tell us a little bit about that.
The previous owner of the building here, he started a car show like 33 years ago now. And it was like just a huge event for the community. It was a big deal around here. And with him going out of business, actually the brewery in town, they bought one of his other buildings, and they took over the car show 2 years ago because they didn't want it to go away. And of course, with COVID last year, it got canceled. So we figured it was a great opportunity to kind of work together with them and just keep the car show going. And we're actually going to try and build it a ton from here on out. So we're going to try and take over the town now. So.
Yeah, why not? That's a big endeavor, but so what? It's something that you can say, we tried it. It didn't work. Or better yet, you might come back and say, damn, we're very successful at this.
So that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about this car event or this car show. Why don't you tell our listeners about June 5th and what it's all about, and what can they anticipate when they come out for is it a Big Gust event?
Yep. It's part of the Big Gust Days. That's kind of I think the main attraction for Big Gust Days now. It's a lot of people are, just kind of looking forward to it, and that's the big thing in town now. So, but I believe last year or the year before they had like 250 cars, I think. We're going to try and definitely break that record again this year. So,
well, there you go. I mean, we're here to help you as well. I'm looking at an article in the Burnett County Sentinel. Now, this was dated May 25th, 2019, and its headline is Peterson's Takeover Car Show and trying to expand Big Gust Day. Your community perhaps looked at it and says, way to go. We wanted to see this. We were figuring, out how and if could we, bring this show back after Mr. Fiedler shut his business down. But the article goes on saying that there was a lot of sentiment with, doing this. How did you feel about this when you got involved with it?
Well, I kind of feel privileged to do it. Jerry Fiedler, he was just a pillar in the community. It's definitely Ford country up here because of him, and it's just an honor to try and take it over and keep going and keep it growing and not go away like a lot of things do these days from the past.
So can they anticipate, for our listeners and audience, when they happen to venture out there, all right? I'm assuming that, the town has a lot of different food vendors as well. And you were just mentioning something about a brewery. Do they offer food at this brewery as well?
The brewery just has pizzas. It's called Brickfield Brewing. It's kind of new to the town too, but they're great. They bring in a ton of people into town, so a lot of people like the new brewery stuff these days. But we've got a few food trucks on hand for the event also, and then there's a couple other restaurants in town. The American Legion has great food.
And one of the
Also.
biggest thing in things in say the last 5 years, all right, it's craft beer, and I'm assuming there's a lot of Minnesota foodies that are going, holy crap, we got to go try this. Before we go out there, are there any hotels or is there a tent that we can take with us? In the event that we just overindulge, you know what I mean?
There's a little motel on Highway 70 up the road. Not sure how big it is, but that's not the best part of town.
But it's okay. At least there's a hotel, and when you're a little hungover, it doesn't matter where you are, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you know what, dude? I'm getting a text, and they're asking, perhaps if we have friends that are looking for auto body in your area, where would they go to for contact information for Legendary Auto Body?
Probably my Facebook would probably be the main thing to go do for right now. It's definitely a work in progress for us. So trying to keep customers happy and get their cars done right now that I have in the shop, and trying to market and everything. It's a lot going on right now, but we're dealing with it and making the best of it. So.
Your plate is going to be full, and let's check. You were just saying earlier that you're the kind of guy. I'm going to go do it myself. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to do it. But then things starts piling up. I understand, and we all understand. I think we're all sympathetic to that. We're compassionate about. You know what? Help the guy out. And I think that's, really cool about Legendary Auto Body. And I commend you. Foremost. Secondly,
thank you.
And I think we spoke earlier. No, we didn't speak earlier, but when I got this text from you, I went, wow, what is this, man? This is cool. Tell me a little bit about what, Legendary is all about. So I went to your Facebook page, and this is so trendy. It's a nice logo. When I'm looking at this, man, the colors are really cool. It's to the point, and figuring your name into the logo is so cool. Legendary, come on, and we're talking to Legendary Peters. I'm Legendary. We're talking to Derry Peterson. There you go. All right. So in the event that there's other things that perhaps they want to get in touch with you in regards to this car show, where will they go for that?
For right now, they could probably just message me through Facebook again. But we still have a few things to iron out as far as an actual Facebook page we're starting for the car show and stuff like that.
That is so cool. Derry Peterson. Go ahead.
Another cool thing we're doing is we're going to start to do a Thursday night cruise-in night at my shop. Kind of meet together with a bunch of local guys, and we've got also the food trucks again also on hand for that, and just something kind of cool to do.
I mean, are there cruises now out there?
Not really. In a couple of other little towns there are, but
I think the greatest thing about the car industry, especially you being in the auto body, you're going to learn there's to organize a little bit more that will promote your business at Legendary Auto Body. Thanks for tuning in today, people, and Derry, thanks for being on with me today. And
thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll get back to you soon, and we'd like to get you back on within the next couple months. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
All right. Thanks, Derry.
Yep, thank you.
Later, man. Nicely done. Legendary Auto Body. Now, you can find them on Facebook at Legendary. That's Legenderry 2020. You're going to like that logo that I was just talking about. This is Paulie Spit on KSIZ Sizzlin 99.9.